bringing a message, trying to come fight a little bit in the spirit. The war is spiritual, and we're being attacked spiritually, and we have to understand how to fight back spiritually, and we got to understand how they're coming at us spiritually. This is not a physical war, but they would have y'all to believe it is. This war is a spiritual thing. It's a mental thing, and it is. They're trying to harvest energy. They're trying to lower your standards, lower your essence, lower your nature, and have you to act out in a low vibration way. And when I come from experiences that I have on this spiritual journey. I see how people attacking me spiritually. And again, like Daph always say, the end of the road is death. And nobody gets to keep anything that they have. And people got to understand how to stand up and speak up for the truth. This is the only way we're going to win this war, is if we stand up against people in power. And that means anybody. We're not just talking about the government system. We're talking about people in your life, people in your family. Anybody who's trying to take your power from you and not empower you. Anybody who's trying to teach, to treat another person different from the way that they desire to be treated is the enemy. And right now, they're trying to attack me. See, my journey is for me to my stability, my foundation. This is how I'm being attacked spiritually because of how I'm being led to do things. You see, I'm being led to do it, to show people that there is a covering, there is a protection around me. So if I'm on a journey where I don't have a job, and I'm out here, people possess my spirit is righteous and seeking righteousness. So of course, if they're not seeking righteousness and they're not living in righteousness, they're going to be triggered by how am I able to do this here without being on that hamster wheel, spinning around helping Babylon build his kingdom. See, everybody says Lord, 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 and God, 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 but they're not trusting God. Because when you trust God, you do it the way I'm doing it. And this what I mean when I say the struggle is real. So I'm here to give this message for anybody who's being mistreated by people in power. When I stayed at this place over there in Gulfport in January, I didn't have a good experience with him, but I learned a lot from him because that's what life is about. Living, learning, and growing. Mm-hmm. And I saw his narcissistic trait because I have experienced that. You see, the only way I can see that is if I really experience that. Now, mind you, this was my very first experience with air, heat, and feet. Because I, used to get off the truck and go to a hotel, was going to my AT. You see? So this is my very first experience. And in that experience, I spent a lot of time because I shared with this man. I was on a spiritual journey seeking my center. I spent a lot of time in my room. I spent a lot of time on the porch. I spent a lot of time in the backyard. I didn't spend no time with this man because that's not what my journey is. That's not what you go and get an Airbnb or a room for. You're asking for them to allow you to come into their home and utilize their space for an exchange of energy to pay for money that will help him do something else financially. So with this being said, I used to ask a lot of questions. That's something that I always done. That's not nothing that I started doing. But this was a trigger for him. You see, he wasn't willing to learn life lessons. He wasn't willing to understand that we all are just here passing through. You see, he wanted to control me. He wanted to control my energy. He wanted to dominate me. He wanted to put the spirit of fear in me. You see, because I didn't fear him.
Sir,
when I left there,
do they have? I see they done had somebody come down here with Domino's. Is Domino's one where you gotta have Uber Eats, or do you pay for it when they come here?
No, Domino's you pay for it, sir.
Right.
You got those orders just say you pay for cash.
See what I'm saying?
And do you know of any other places that come that'll pay for cash?
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut? Okay, I prefer Pizza Hut over Domino's. They'll take the cash too?
Yep, they'll take cash too. All you gotta do is call them and say, look, I want delivery, and they'll deliver right to your door.
All right.
All you gotta do is tell them which hotel you're staying in, which room,
and you know of any other people that saw
what he was saying to me
delivering all around in the area?
As far as I know, it's mostly Uber.
You know what I'm saying, like fast food, because you said pizza places, like restaurants.
You got Sonic right down the road.
Okay.
You got something Whataburger. That's a really good place to go eat at Whataburger.
I wanted to make sure we was on one car.
But I'm saying, do they deliver, you think?
Huh?
You think they deliver?
No.
Okay.
So see, unbalanced.
That's the only two places I know of that deliver Domino's and Pizza Hut.
All right.
But yeah, but Pizza Hut.
It's wet right there. I don't know you won't go there because you
I'm
get your
not
chin
trying
out
to
there.
Pizza Hut over Domino's anyway.
Yeah, I prefer Pizza Hut too. Thank you, Chef.
I experienced unfair, unjust, unequal, no reciprocity, no equal. That's something I experienced. So this is how I can see it in the spirit on people that's coming into my life. So this man wrote when I say a paragraph of negative things about me. Now mind you, I was there for 2 months. If this was in the end, he said he could not wait for me to leave his home. So why would you have somebody in your home that long of a period when he could have easily, just like he's doing it now, in the end when I'm gone, saying negative things, he could have said those negative things, had me removed from his premises, whether it was to give me my money back or to make me lose my money. Because anyway the cookie crumble is causing me problems because of his intentions, because of his behavior, because of his actions. So he puts in there to say this guest. I had to write it down because I keep on festering in my spirit how evil people are. You see, why are they doing these things to somebody else when the end of the road is death for all of us?
Mm-hmm.
How is it people think they can gain from hurting someone? Mm-hmm. Where is their conscience? Where is their morals? Where is their values and their ethics? So he says to say this guest was difficult and odd was an understatement. He says I was difficult and I was odd. Now to me, that's personal. Because if I was difficult, life was asking him to have patience for me. Because after saying that I was difficult and odd, he came back and said that this was my first experience, that I didn't know the difference in an Airbnb and a hotel stay. So he knows that I don't know the difference, but he didn't have patience for me. He said, well, Miss Daphne, ABC 1, 2, 3. He wrote, this was my first experience. He turned around and wrote it, yet calling me difficult instead of learning to have patience. Teach one, help one, reach one. He didn't decide to say, I'm going to have more patience for Miss Daphne because this is our first experience, you see. I'm going to guide her because this is something. No, he didn't do that. He called me difficult and odd. Now, odd is his perception of me. But that doesn't mean that I'm odd because he says I'm odd. Just because he says I'm difficult doesn't mean that's what I am. That's his perception of me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why does he call me difficult if we're not spending a lot of time together? Because in order to see that somebody is difficult, you got to spend a lot of time with somebody.
That's right.
Difficult. You have to have given them chances. You have had to have patience with them, and they wore it out. That's not why I was there, to get to know him. I was there to have a space. So I'm showing y'all how people fight us in the spirit. Because, see, Daphne was in his home doing nothing. Nothing. And he was running his ass out there every day, going all day, spinning around, and got 3 people in his home making more money. And he comes from me and called me the difficult. Well, when did he have time to find I was difficult and odd if he was always gone? You see? He stated I could not comprehend simple rules, which implies I'm not intelligent. He put this in the app. When you write a review after you leave somebody home, the host write a review and the guest write a review. Now, Daphne didn't write no review because I didn't have nothing negative to say about Calvin, and I really didn't interact with Calvin, but I didn't like the vibe that I had picked up from Calvin, and also said, you ain't got nothing good to say. Don't say nothing at all. But it seems when you have a review with these Airbnb. You must leave